the guy Bombad.
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What is up, Bombad fam? Welcome here. This is your boy, the Cannon Junkie, and welcome to the combination airplane train that is the Bombadcast. And if you don't get that reference, then shame on you. You should go back and watch the network premiere live stream. So, but who is that? Oh,
What?
That's not. Why, that's not a young Nicolas Cage.
No.
That isn't. That is Marley. Who am I? What the heck am I on?
You know what this is?
It is your boy.
This is
It's
Scotty J-Ro, and we're coming to you in
I'm not drunk.
video format. Okay, new. What?
I have stage fright.
Here we
I think.
are.
Ooh, can
Video
you believe this?
format. Like, if did you ever expect this? Probably not. Probably not. And also, if you're listening to
Not this
audio,
early.
if you're listening to it audio wise, yes, we are on video, so you can see our faces and see whenever I have to wince at Jerry for saying something stupid. It's going to be great. I can't wait. It's going to be all these moments will be captured.
You can watch the fear in my eyes as I choke on my very words as I'm coming in there and stuff. But I was real excited to use that combination plane train thing.
That was
though.
smart. that was incredible.
That was an epic moment.
No, Jerry. How are you?
I'm great, man.
Yeah.
You know what? This is insane.
This is new.
I'm just thinking about this, that people are seeing us now. If you just had the displeasure of happening into one of our live streams, then you've had to see our faces.
Yeah.
And now you have the option to not only listen to our smooth, velvety voices, but also come to YouTube and go, whoa, okay,
Yes.
did not expect that.
They have like, you know, they're not just weirdos in their parents' basement, you know, in their dad's offices.
I am in a basement, but it's not my parents. I own the basement. This is my basement. It's a whole separate dwelling.
It is. It is a wonderful dwelling, you know? And with that being said, Jerry, how have you been? Everything good in your world?
Man, I've been good, you know. We're just trying to stay healthy over here,
Yeah.
you know, do our best. This is a crazy, crazy time. We've been talking about that ever since all of this started,
Yes.
right? Like we've been talking about how wild and unprecedented this all is. And I'm actually about to start back to work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
But hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. I'm just happy to be here in this basement, which I own,
Yes, what you own.
to talk about Star Wars with my good buddy, the man who owns more Colors of Members Only jackets than anyone I think I've ever known in my entire life.
I'm proud of it.
I had to represent the teal today because it looks almost like you got the color zapped out of your like there was like this video they used to play it when I went to preschool where
How do you
like
remember
some villain
that?
took the color out of the world and so everyone was wearing like clothes that looked like a coloring book needed to be colored
Yes.
in. And that's what you remind me of right now.
Ah.
I'm representing the teal
You
tonight.
just sucked it out.
So-
It's like the dyad in the Force.
Don't suck my color out, Palpatine.
That's why he got the red robes. It's literally how he did it. He
Yes.
sucked.
Oh my gosh.
That was it.
That's exactly how it
That was
happened.
100%
Force
it.
tailoring.
Oh, that's amazing.
Force cufflinks.
Yeah, sick. Well, I'm
You
glad.
know, look, I'm sure I see them every time, like little skulls or something. I just think they look kind of snazzy.
They're like that Sith. What was that Sith emblem they showed in this movie? You know, like the
those little like it looks like the Boy Scout symbol a little bit,
Yes,
but
yeah.
more evil.
That's exactly
Maybe.
what it is. No, that's awesome.
Evil Boy Scouts.
Well, Jerry,
That's Palpatine.
I've been good, and I've got something to announce here on the Bombadcast. You're not listening
No
to this
way.
on a Friday anymore. We are now officially dropping on a Bombad Saturday, and I'm down
Saturday.
with it. I'm down with it.
It is a Saturday.
Just chill with us during your weekends. That's what you can do. Or wait till Monday. Or wait till 2033 to listen. It's up to you.
But what is Bombadcast in the world of Star Wars podcasting, YouTubing, content creation, if not the Saturday Night Live or Saturday morning cartoons of
whatever.
Star Wars podcasts, content, whatever.
Yes.
It just fits, man.
It's like
fits.
putting in your VHSs in the morning, like that intro video you just watched.
That lovely intro video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Just like the intro video. You just put your Saturday
We're
VHS
so in sync.
we have figured it out. We have started podcasting. This is incredible.
Guys,
wow.
What you don't know is that me and Scotty finally figured out when joining this network how to link our minds. We are now officially a dyad in the Force. Whoa. So, see if I reach through here, you can see I wish you could see my hand come through Scotty's. That would be great. The other side. Yeah, there you go. I guess we're not. Okay, we're still working on the dyad thing, but it's coming.
Yeah,
it's getting there.
Can pass through
and now we can do bits like that.
Yeah. We will totally end up doing stuff like that. That's amazing. No,
100%.
We are a part of a network. Let me explain this whole episode. I know you read the title. You're like, what does this mean? Star Wars introductions. Well, what I mean by that is, most Star Wars introductions are refreshing. They're full of action. They hook you immediately from the beginning. And with that being said, that's exactly how we feel joining the Beyond the Blast Doors network. I feel like it's just a refreshing start. It's new. We're almost coming up on our 1 year anniversary in 2 months. And or 1 month. I'm sorry, 1 month. And I'm just shocked to think that. And
wild.
We are still doing new things. We are reinventing the Bombadcast wheel, which is great because neither of us can drive legally. And we're gonna.
Some might say that we never had wheels to begin with.
Exactly.
So now we got them. I mean, it is a train airplane combination.
Yes.
So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't need wheels. So also we're a boat. No. We want to hook you from the start, and with this whole new thing, we wanted to have a great discussion about the network and what a Star Wars introduction essentially is. Why is it important? So we are officially involved with something we find completely refreshing, full of action, and has got us hooked since Pete Fletcher inquired us about it, and that is the Beyond the Blast Doors network. And I can't say anything more because it's just that name alone gets me excited. We're a part of a posse. Bombadcast went from being 2 lone wolves, but now we're a pack of wolves. What's that? What was it? Zach Galifianakis. What was that line you used in Hangover? What was it was like the exact monologue. I was a lone wolf.
I don't have it memorized, man. I just look like him.
That's pretty.
I got George Lucas quotes for you all day, though.
Yes.
Stuff I can do. The one quote I can give you from The Hangover is, "Hey, there were Skittles in there," and that's all I got. It's a satchel. Indiana Jones carries one. Yes, so does Joe Behart.
Phenomenal.
That was your line.
That was fun.
You got to learn how to point.
Yes, you did a good job. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So for anyone not seeing this, maybe this can be your new thing. Maybe you can spend Saturday mornings with us. You wake up, you stretch your arms out, you look through the network website page, you're like, man, there's just so many great content creators here. We are just beyond excited to be involved with all these great content creators. I mean, around the galaxy, what? Beyond the Blast Doors, what? You got postcards, you got Holochronicles, we got all new things coming out, collecting together. I don't know. I'm stoked. We've got a great group, I guess a great team we're working with new content now. Jerry, how does that make you feel seriously, that we are involved with this?
It's kind of surreal a little bit.
Yeah.
It's funny because we've known of these people, most of these people we've talked with, they're our Star Wars friends and stuff. I think we're just getting to know a few. There's only a few of them that we haven't really talked with a whole bunch.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been talking since all this planning has been going on before we dropped. And it's surreal. It's crazy. I think what this has taught me, all this experience, is that I've learned that Shannon Morin and her channel and her podcast, Postcards from the Galaxy's Edge, is criminally underfollowed.
Yes.
So go right now and do that if you're looking at this. Like, I mean, if you follow, we're all on the Beyond the Blasters Network YouTube channel right now. So go and watch an episode of her stuff like right after you watch ours. For real. Because Shannon is one of the hardest working people I think I've seen doing this stuff at the level that we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And she's even, I feel like, above our level because she's like in the visual effects industry. Yeah. We've had her on the show. You guys know.
She's one of the best.
Like,
and like
one thing.
Oh, what's up, Jerry? Say it. What's your one thing?
See the darn dyad. Oh man, it's good when we don't need it, and when we screw it. I don't know, man. Just say your thing. I'm done.
I've admired Shannon since we met her at Celebration together, and like the fact that now we're working with her. You know, we message her every day. We message Andy and Josh every day. I don't know. I just feel so privileged. It's weird. It's like we found this group of creators that we all jive really well with, and we all are seeking the same professional goal. And that I feel like it's just such a special conglomeration of people. And like we've got video now, you know, we never thought we'd do a video podcast, and like we're doing it, and it's I like it so far.
Maybe we never thought you guys would want to watch it, but
yes,
here you are.
We'll see.
Joke's on you.
We're getting it out to y'all, and if our audio listeners are going to convert over, might as well do it. It's the time to do it, and we're just
join us.
Yeah, join us. And I don't know, like we're crossing into the next stage, and this might sound stupid, of Bombadcast professionalism. And I guess we are. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
I think that's an oxymoron.
It is.
Is that an oxymoron?
It is.
Maybe.
But like,
are we morons? I'm a moron. Okay. All right.
That's the thing. Like, we've got like in our own group, of course, we got Holo Chronicles. They're more of the collecting, merchandising kind of group. They love talking about everything dealing with collectibles. We got Pete, who's kind of like David Letterman, you know? He's kind of there to go one-on-one interview with people. He's got a great, and I will say this, the cool thing about this network is you know what other people are fixing to put out, and Pete's got some killer content coming out. You will not, I am not kidding.
Oh, dude.
I am dying to listen, and I have no early access. I will wait just like everyone else does for these episodes. So, we've got, I mean, Beyond the Blast Doors has been something I've been watching for 2 years. I know you as well, Jerry. It's crazy. What?
It's crazy. I can't believe it. It's awesome, and what is even more awesome is that everyone has great taste in comedy and also thousands emo music.
Yes,
the early thousands emo music. So
early thousands
and late 90s. So emo music and also punk. So I'm down. You guys know I'm a punk rock hobo. Like that's what I look like. That's my whole thing. So
that's what Jerry is trying to market with himself. A punk rock hobo, canon junkie.
You mean exuding.
You mean
exuding.
Yes.
Canon junkie, punk rock hobo. Is that like all gonna fit in like a Twitter handle? Maybe.
Might as well try. I mean, I don't know. I'm going for some sort of weird Miami Vice vibe right now. Like for
I dig
real.
it.
Like
I don't
know why. It's like everything I do has recently been like a Miami Vice aesthetic. I got the members only jacket.
I really dig it.
Figure and Dan shirt. It's fantastic. It's awesome.
I really like it, and I think that everyone that calls your stash either a porn mustache or a B pedophile mustache are uncultured. Rick Villanueva, tumbling saber.
I don't want you to be worried. Bombadcast will not change because Rick will still be a punching bag of the Bombadcast. So I guess
who knows?
Jerry,
Rick may make his way.
Rick and I are cool.
Rick may make his way on here for me and him to hash it out. You know, who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll let you do that.
Maybe he'll come to my house, and when this is all over, and I can throw a pie in his face. No, that's Rick. Someone else's thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
me the Jar Jar Binks tongue sucker. That sounds too suggestive.
I wish I could just pull a photo up of that. Maybe I will. Just a nice photo.
You never know. We're a video now.
we will show you all kinds of stuff you don't want to see. With everything we dude. this will be talked about later, but for our Bombad weirdos, we can now show them to the people. They can literally see it. What? I just realized that.
I know Ro is going to be excited from Scarif Scuttlebutt.
Yes,
because I remember him messaging me after we did our first episode, like, can you guys like post those pictures and stuff? Like, Ro, now you can catch the pictures on the stream, and just wait for the 1 year anniversary of Bombad Weirdos.
Oh yeah,
of Wonderful Weirdos. Just saying,
it's gonna happen.
A little bit of sizzle. A little bit.
Yeah,
of sizzle.
No. To kind of close out what we're saying about the network is there's something new in the Bombad realm of possibilities, something we had never prepared for. We had talked about doing one at one point, but we never actually followed through with it. We are now all a part of a collective Patreon page, okay? And it's crazy how these things break down. Like, you can join in at the $5 level, the $10 level. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how far it goes up. I think it goes to 50.
It goes to 50.
Like, it's all
it goes to
split
50.
Between each six, is it six I think it's 6 podcasts essentially. So we all get a fair share of whatever you contribute. So Pete makes some cash. We got Shannon, David, Josh, and Andy. We make it. So we all benefit from any donation you feel that is necessary towards the Beyond the Blast Doors network. So that's really exciting.
It all goes towards us buying stupid crap.
Yes.
Nothing for the shows. None of it goes to like actual production of the show, because I don't know if you know this, we get shill money from Disney.
Yes,
and
we do.
I spend mine on Jar Jar Binks' tongue suckers exclusively.
Oh, totally.
Just waiting for the day I can shove one in Rick's mouth. That still is suggestive. Okay, shoot.
I like that.
He's going to have a field day with this. All right.
Take a deep breath.
I'm done with this. I'm done with this combination train plane wreck.
That's amazing. Yeah, like, it's weird to say we have a Patreon, but you can support us now. If you're a longtime listener, just go to, I think it's patreon.com/Beyond the Blast Doors, and you can literally support us financially. It's so weird. But, yeah, I'm super excited for this network and the possibilities that will come of this. And please check out all of our network friends. And if you listen to us, I guarantee you would enjoy what they also put out. It's all positive. Yes. It's all uplifting stuff, you know? Jerry, anything else you want to add to that?
Well, I feel like I need to add a disclaimer after our last live stream that if you do decide to support us, please make sure that your significant other is okay with it, because I don't want anyone else sleeping in a car.
Nope.
So
it happened to us on our March live stream.
Yeah, man, go watch it.
March. What is it? April live stream.
But by the way, if you're watching, hope everything's going good. Hope it's comfy in there. All right. Let's get into the topic, awesome. Scott. What do you think?
You ready?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
The reason why I wanted to introduce the network is because there is something that we all love about Star Wars movies, and it's generally the way they start. And no, I'm not talking about the opening crawl. What I mean is, the things that follow immediately after. The things that opening crawl kind of prepares you for, you know? And we're talking about just the movies, not TV shows, because that's kind of hard to really pinpoint exactly what we're trying to say.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so we're talking Skywalker Saga, Solo, and Rogue One. So those will be mentioned. Why are these moments important? Why are these intro moments some of the most important moments of that movie? Because there's some things that set up immediate plot. You know, Attack of the Clones does that really well. Are there any visual parallels? Some, visual storytelling. George Lucas just, his wonderful poetic themes we find in Star Wars. Are there any between these intros? And, what do they mean thematically? Like, on a very complex level, what could they represent for the overall movie? So, I don't know. It's kind of exciting because we have a thing in the Bombadcast too. Best, favorite, and most fun. And that's how we kind of decide everything for movies. So, we'll bounce back and forth. Jerry, do you want to start it off, or do you want me to roll with it?
Well, Scott, I was thinking about this all afternoon, and I think my favorite introduction in Star Wars is Obi-Wan meeting Anakin, or like Qui-Gon introducing Anakin and Obi-Wan to each other, where he's like, Anakin Skywalker meet Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's the best introduction in all of Star Wars. Maybe the only introduction in Star Wars. No, there's a bunch of stuff. I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue. Wait. Wait. Scott? Too meta? Too meta. It's too meta. Well, if he...
So
hey, buddy.
Take a smoke break. Had to take a smoke break. Sorry. It was.
I think it was you or Paul coming
Jerry was
back, so
doing-
I was kind of worried there for a second.
No.
Sorry,
Dude,
that's the
pulling
biggest
off-
dad joke.
Paul-
I've been waiting to do that ever since we got into all the network stuff.
Oh,
I know.
man. Oh.
Dad jokes have been my thing even before I was a
Some
dad.
things just don't change. Some things just don't
Guys, don't think that
change,
we're
and I
all
love
high
it.
and mighty and above our pay grade anymore. We are above our pay grade.
We actually are for once.
We're sleeping with giants up here. But
Yes.
don't think that we won't stoop to the levels that we have always stooped to. So don't worry. Your Bombadcast,
change.
your Bombad fix for the week, it's still Bombad. All right.
Oh, it's still gonna be Bombad and weird.
Now you get to see
Jerry, I
Scotty
guess
leave the room too.
officially-
Scotty used to do Foley work. It was great. I wish you guys could have seen that.
You will.
I mean, no, all that stuff actually happened.
Oh yeah, no, it did.
Yeah.
100%. No Foley work. What are you talking about? Jerry, do you want to kick it off? You want me to kick it off?
You go for it, because I really do need to think about it, because I had that one in the chamber for a long time.
So let's start with our favorites, okay? So a favorite is something you can watch over and over and over again, okay? So, my favorite intro. I've always been really fond of how the original trilogy does their intros. It's weird. Like, to me, the only, really favorite of that trilogy, it'd be A New Hope because of how iconic it is.
Right.
But, that's the ones you want to credit pretty much. And I'm going to be kind of honest here. And in a weird way, there are some of my least favorite introductions are actually the original trilogy. They're often probably regarded some of the best, but I don't really like how they kick off, except for the original Star Wars, which is the epitome of just pure, just throwing you in the moment. It's the first movie to really do that. And my favorite, personally, the one that I can watch over and over and over and over again, may surprise all of you. It is Solo: A Star Wars Story. After the little crawl, I just love how the sparks happen, and then John Williams' music builds. The spark, dude, that was the most whoa, we're in this. And it's this is such a weird opening for Star Wars, and it's a shot of sparks, and then flashlight, and then he starts the vehicle, and you can see how nervous he is, and you just see his face, and he's pulling off, and you see in the background what's happening, and then we see that zoom out of Corellia, and then you see Solo: A Star Wars Story, and you see the ships being built, and he's driving back panicked. I mean, something about that intro just embodies what we have with Han.
Yeah.
You know, Han getting himself in situations that he really has a difficult time getting himself out of it, because you see, I mean, he steals this thing. He's hiding something else he stole. He stole a speeder, and he stole some coaxium that he didn't want anyone knowing about, that he actually got away with. So it's weird to think that. And then he has to keep going through this opening. You know, you see the underground areas of Corellia, and you meet the what's her name? I almost said Mother Talzin. You meet the
Holy squirm.
Earthworm.
Get it?
Jim. What's her name?
It's Mother Proxima, or Lady Proxima.
Lady Proxima. And
I know she has a bunch of orphans under her and stuff.
Yes.
So everyone wants to go Mother. It's Lady Proxima.
So
Well, what happened?
I love that.
And I wish they would make a black series of her. You guys would see it.
You just put her in a water. You can put
I
her
got
in
a
your
spot
bathtub.
right next to the Ronto.
Nice.
Can you see it?
Show the folks at home. Man, you can actually see his collection now. How cool is that? Wow. But yeah.
You guys can hate it from afar.
I kind of do. No, the introduction, just that, literally the first 2 minutes of the movie, to me is just wonderfully Star Wars. It is my favorite. But
Yeah.
Jerry, what is your favorite? Or if you want to talk about it, talk about it. Do you like that one?
Well, I love that intro and stuff. That is a great one. And honestly, I wasn't even thinking that. I guess I was thinking Skywalker Saga strictly, but that's a good one because you do technically have a crawl with it. It's different.
It's different. I like it.
And there is the first time I watched Solo, I remember I was a little underwhelmed at first. It was the first one where I felt like, okay, that was a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Good. And it's like afterwards you go into like thinking like, oh, this moment was cool and that was awesome. And I've always known about the dice, but now everyone's making dice on Etsy, and so I need to get a pair and all that stuff. I still have that stuff hanging in my on my mirror in my car that I don't drive anymore. Except for tomorrow. But seriously, it's something you never thought you'd see in Star Wars. And like when we think Corellia, you hear about Corellia your whole life as a Star Wars fan, where Han Solo's from Corellia, so is Wedge, and all these other really good pilots and stuff. And you have this picture in your head, and to see that it's like this gray, bleak, it's an ocean world, but it's like really like industrialized. It's like I feel like whenever I go to work in the factory, I feel like I'm on Corellia, but a nicer Corellia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, it doesn't feel like a sweatshop or anything like that, but it's just, it really exudes a real, I don't know, some vibe that we've never gotten in Star Wars, which is like that downtown industrial area of like San Francisco or something,
It almost looks
it's wild,
like London from the early 1900s, just like shipyards.
I love. There's
weird.
actually I can't believe they make these vistas look cool. It's like you think industrial shipyard, and you're like, how can you make that look grand and like crazy Star Wars? Like space docks, and there's a shot where like you can see a lot of the background, and it's like you don't see sky, you just see like buildings upon buildings or like whatever mechanisms upon mechanisms as Han's going through. Like it cuts to a shot from the side of him, like you guys can see me like acting it out now, like whoa. But you know what I'm saying? Like that shot from the side where you see his speeder and you see like also the giant backdrop.
Yes,
and that shot always sticks out to me as like that's kind of beautiful. In a weird way,
it is.
It's kind of like. It's that thing where you go to Star Wars to see those crazy, insane visuals. And I love that. That's a great pick, man, for sure.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you, Jerry. I'm excited to hear yours. Your favorite.
My favorite. You guys have to know, I'm 100% flying by the seat of my pants.
Yep.
Which is, man, that's my sweet spot.
Jerry's been potty training a 3-year-old?
A 3-year-old. And
I couldn't even imagine.
Oh man, I know I had it all calm, cool, and collected on our premiere last Saturday.
Network premiere,
There was literally a poo explosion in my house before, like literally right as I needed to get up to go get ready for the stream. It's like my 3-year-old was like, I think this is the best time to have explosive diarrhea like in my pants that gets up. It was not pretty. I apologize to everyone. I'm not going to show diagrams because it is video. Yes. But I apologize for our audio listeners having that visual in their head now. So
yeah, that's fine.
But anyway,
what we're here for. What is your favorite, Jerry?
Man, off the top of my head right now, I think I have to say it's Revenge of the Sith right now.
Ooh.
Not Revenge of the Sith. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Yes, please come back in tight. Let me see if I can I was just watching it. Rise of Skywalker, not Revenge of the Sith. It's an RO. It's not ROTS. It's TROS. That was my confusion. Duh.
That is amazing. That's such an easy
everyone
thing to
just
say.
went, yeah. What?
Okay, so
I'm just thinking about like everything involved in that.
Dude, it's heavy.
There's a lot to it. It's not. and this is why I'm putting it at favorite, I think. I don't think it is the best, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you didn't roll your eyes into the back of your skull and just never rolled them back after the dead speak, which I still think is a cool opening line in the crawl. We're not talking about the crawl, though.
Incredible.
Then it just kind of really starts subtly with like the TIE fighters flying over and everything. And man, this was like the last saga film, as they say. So it had a lot riding on it. I think we were all really overly like, you better be good. You better be good.
Yes.
And it seems like there was a ton of pressure on it. And when you look at it on this side of like, now we have the complete Skywalker story.
Sure.
It's a good opening, I think. You know,
it is.
You cut to what again, I know everyone's like, well, you could have, I'm going to try not to get into the complaints. What we now know is Mustafar. There's Kylo Ren, like wrecking fools, cutting down, pancake head guys, Mayor McCheese or whatever.
In slow motion too. It was incredible.
That was great. They all look like Constable Zuvio. Sorry to Heath on Twitter out there. You guys, if all you Star Wars Twitter peeps know who I'm talking about, Heath is the biggest Constable Zuvio stan out there.
Yes.
And I mean, those guys they had cool hats like him. But
yes, they did.
You've got all of that, and I hope someday we get like the extended version of that where like Kylo goes to see the Eye of Webbish Bog, which sounds so Return of the Jedi to me.
So it's ridiculous. It's amazing. It's just so fantasy.
You guys know me. I love the weird stuff in Star Wars so much.
Yes.
I love the Rontos. I love Zhao Yaoza.
Weird.
I love the two-headed alien announcer. All of it. Everything you all hate, I love. I'm just kidding. You all hate it. Oracle, that is a spider alien sucking on the head of a giant baby in a swamp on Mustafar? The planet from Revenge of the Sith?
It's wild.
Where that big emotional battle happened, there was a spider on a baby head over here? Like, yes, please, give it to me. Vader's got this real scary cast. Is like, do you want to go see the giant baby head? And the spider that lives on top. It's freaky. It is freaky. Critic, bring your guys. Bring your guys. Come.
Bring the Death Troopers.
It is quite a sight to see. But no, anyway, so you got the finding of the Wayfinder with a cool transition.
Oh, it's great.
But then I think the part that I love the most about it, Scotty, is the whole stuff when we get to Exegol.
Oh, it's amazing.
And
first 5 minutes. It just sets up the first 5 minutes of the movie just set up so much, and it's only been about 4 months since the movie came out in theaters, so it's still for some reason like burnt into my head, like, how did we get everything so quickly? And the crawl set it up, but like how it's executed in the movie is so important. And it's, to me, now that I've seen it a handful, more than a handful of times, that is a contender right there for best for me. But keep saying what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Well, all I was gonna say is, for one thing, you're sitting there stunned that we are like, that this movie is the first time you watch this, it almost feels like you're like getting force-fed Star Wars through a fire hose. You know?
Yeah.
And like, in the best way now. But I remember like going, wow, they're just taking the cinder block and just laying it on the gas right now. Holy cow.
Yes.
That is like,
yes.
We're already going to Kit Palpatine. And Exegol is a concept and a planet that I love more and more the farther away we get from this movie.
Oh, totally.
Like, having basically Mordor for the Sith.
Dude, it's the opposite
Star
of
Wars
Octo.
was great. Like,
it's just the opposite of Octo. It's like this barren
this hidden
wasteland.
thing. Yeah. This hidden thing away, and like just the whole aesthetic of like the weird upside down pyramid that like I still don't get the geography of you go down. What's all that? What's the pyramid?
I don't know either.
But I love it because weird Star Wars, and of course, why wouldn't there be a giant floating pyramid that you go underneath? Maybe that is like We'll have to talk about the geography of Exegol sometime. I don't know why we didn't talk about it with Alden last week, but oh well. Go check out Octu Radio, by the way, with Alden D.
Yes.
Great guy.
Great dude.
Just everything with Palpatine. The whole, my boy. There's so many great lines in that opening scene, dude. And then the whole, what was it? He said, Snoke has trained you well. I killed Snoke. I'll kill you. I've died before. All that stuff, man.
Phenomenal.
It's so good. And the stuff
It
about,
is.
I've been every voice inside your head. Mm-hmm. All stuff that we've been thinking ever since the trailer dropped with the Palpatine laugh. And then the line that all through the Bombad buildup, was talking about, that is the line I've been thinking about since Celebration when I heard his laugh.
Yes.
That line in Revenge of the Sith, to me, is what I want from Rise of Skywalker. I want you to show me how unnatural the dark side can get. And he frickin' quoted the line.
Amazing.
I know it didn't play for everybody. It plays oh, I get it. But
I loved it.
That's Star Wars, man.
It did it.
Star Wars
is
90% greatness and 10%. It might even be 50-50. It might be 50% greatness, 50% cheese.
Yeah. Really.
And it's delicious. So that's my favorite.
Dude, I completely feel that, because favorite is one of these things you can watch it over and over again, and for some reason you're still how do they pull this off?
For real.
Wow. Now the next one, I want to do most fun next, because most fun's interesting. Most fun is what kind of prepares you for the adventure? Because the movie actually, to me, doesn't even have to be some of the intros, The Force Awakens, to me, is not my most fun. It's not my pick. I just want to mention it. It's a weird one because it's exciting, kinda, but it's also pretty dark. It's a dark entrance. But to me, the most fun, the one I like watching the most, the one that kind of gets the most out of me is The Last Jedi's, where you pan down, and you go past the Radis, and you go, is it the Radis?
Yeah.
You go past the Radis, and you go to the planet, and then you see what is the Resistance is up against, essentially. The first row ships come in, and then the Dreadnought comes in, and everything that ensues after that introduction to me is one of the greatest bits of Star Wars. You get to see all kinds of things play out. You get Poe having his moment. You get Leia having her moment. 3PO's involved. It's just this great introduction of each character, and it's so cleverly done. And Rian Johnson is really just one of the best for that reason, because it's the only Star Wars introduction that ever made me tear up. And I know that's weird. Why is that your most fun? Because it sets you up for an emotional adventure. Because everything that comes from this is just, every moment counts. Ryan did something with Star Wars where every moment counted. And it's a fun movie to watch for that reason. Just every little thing is important about it. And I don't know. I love seeing Paige's moment.
Dude.
It's fun for that reason. And then when the sound drops out when Poe's yelling, and and then just the ship exploding, I don't know, it is a fun entrance. When I first watched it, it made me tear up.
Right.
And I was I remember thinking to myself, and Kay was wow, this is the first Star Wars introduction that literally had made me feel every emotion in the book.
Yeah.
So that's why it's the most fun for me. I don't know. Jay, what's your commentary on that one?
I don't know, because I almost chose that for my favorite.
Yeah.
Because I love
Okay.
Last Jedi is my favorite sequel trilogy film, and I think my favorite film still at this point. So okay, bye subscriber. Sorry subscribers. Sorry.
Oh dang.
Sorry network. I like Last Jedi. Dude, I think I might almost give. I don't know, because are we wanting to have overlapping little choices here, Scotty?
Dude, if you want to, because the next one, Best, is going to be interesting.
Well,
because Best is odd, for me at least. But you go on. What's up?
Well, I think that I'm gonna just, in true Canon Junkie fashion, just skip straight to my best, man, because I think this one's the best.
Wow. So you think the whole TLJ page, all that whole moment is the best? That's not. I talk about it like it is the best as well. If you heard my response just now, you would realize that I'm somewhere in the middle as well, Jerry. So why is it the best for you?
I'm kind of finding this too as we like talk about it. I don't want to take all your thunder away from you, but
no.
I love that opening, and hearing you talk about it too. Like, I love that movie, and I love what Rian Johnson as a filmmaker does with.
Sure.
I mean, any of his projects. I've been watching Knives Out since November. Like, I love that movie.
Yeah.
And like, Looper is great. All this stuff. I still have to see Brick. Like, I'm just finding out how big of a Rian Johnson fan I am. Oh, buy more.
Yeah.
Buy more subscribers. I'm sorry, David. Sorry, guys. I can't help it.
That's what it is.
It's like I told you at the top of the show that we get the shill money. So there you go. No, but I'm finding more and more, especially after Knives Out. I love his style as a filmmaker, and it's unlike anything I've ever seen. Yet it's so classic feeling too. At the same time,
it is,
and that's what I like about
it. It's refreshing.
That's for me, and I guess a good portion of people, because it kept playing in theaters and stuff until it came out, even after it came out on Blu-ray and stuff. So I guess,
yeah.
Actually, what's funny about this, real quick, so I can make more people mad. Someone liked a tweet I made back in August. Like, someone added like I forget the writer who came up with female Thor for Love and Thunder and all that, and basically said like, it's your fault we're in this mess and blah blah blah, and you messed up Thor's mythology and all that. And Taika Waititi had responded to that person and said like hold on a sec, bro, I'll mess up your mythology lol in a bit or whatever, just something dumb and random. Like, I love Taika. And then like someone under him had said, hey, be kind to the fans, remember what we did to Rian Johnson, made an example. You don't, Rian Johnson didn't respect the fans, and you see what we did for him with him. And I guess I tweeted, this was so long ago, and it's so funny it came back into my life as we're recording this today, right before this. And like, who is looking at my months-old tweets? But anyway, I guess I had said, given him a successful career, with like the Rian Johnson gif, that he does on the Dunbrock Island or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think that stuff's kind of silly, but I because I love his work as a filmmaker, that opening is subtle but unique.
Oh, it is. Totally.
In so many ways. It does so many things that they hadn't done in Star Wars. We hadn't seen in Star Wars yet. Like you were saying, the whole thing, like the whole sequence with Paige, like focusing on a person who's not a main character, and I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, I care.
Yeah.
And man, and it gives you chills. I'm getting chills talking about it, which you guys know, like, we get chills all the time.
Sure.
Whatever, like, come on, virgins. But like, dude, that whole sequence with Paige, the whole thing with just, I don't know, there's a lot of fun to it too. That's the thing. There's a lot of fun in a lot of Star Wars openings.
Course.
But I just think I have to give it my best, because like, I mean, the opening with Poe talking to the First Order, who cares? There's moms in Star Wars, so I think mom jokes work. I mean, where do people come from? They're all born of the Force, I guess. But anyway, that's all fun. Him blowing up the like things, like they are looking out their window from their perspective. You see them. Like, that's a great shot, and the whole like zoom down to the planet, and
it's killer.
Everything about it to me does new, fresh things while also keeping it simple.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything like too crazy or like, and I don't know. I loved it. I mean, I guess bombs dropping in space is crazy. And off
Buy
the wall.
subscribers.
God bless your heart. Godspeed, rebels. So
good one, G. That's a great choice.
Now you have a face to hate. Look, there's a face.
No,
you can hate it.
I'll
Here,
zoom in on it. Look, there you go.
1080p, maybe?
Get close to your camera, Jerry, so everyone can make sure they hate it more.
Here you go. Make sure to get your facial recognition software going so you can steal my credit card numbers, okay? Anyway. We should move on.
Yes. So mine now is kind of a little bit different because I've been reflecting on it while you were talking as well. Best is something like it's got to be the one that hooks you from the start, you know? It's got to be the one that kind of like drives home Star Wars for you. And I said earlier, New Hope, technically, I mean, the most iconic. Okay, I will give it that. That's an honorable mention, which we'll get to later. That gets
like... It's retired, right? Yes. That's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, dude, totally. It is just the greatest
it's on
of
the
greatest.
Wall back here.
It's really almost impossible to say that it isn't the best. But to me, if I were to look at Star Wars now and having known this movie came out almost 15, I mean, it is 15 years now. It'll be 15 years. By the time this episode drops, it'll be close to 15 years ago when it came out. And I think Revenge of the Sith really has the best opening. Like, truly the best. Just for what it does. The drums. It's so unique. It is so unique for Star Wars. And then having the above shot of the Star Destroyer. And these two things go down in sync and they spin. And the music is just prequels. It's thunderous. It's big. And then you get to zoom into the actual cockpit and you see Anakin and Obi-Wan. Man, it's something about it, Jerry. And I don't know what it is. It's just the whole moment. And then you are introduced to the conflict, which is on Coruscant, which is just crazy to begin with. And, man, I cannot wait for, I think it's 2 weeks from now, our episode's going to come out 2 Saturdays from now with Eric.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. We're going to go
Just wait, guys. You thought the Bombad buildup was over?
I'm getting chills. I can't wait. Man.
Young fool.
Only
now in the network do you understand. We will go forever. We talk a lot. A lot. So I've got a curl in my hair here. I can't get
it. Looks nice. Look like a little Bo Peep.
Little smolder.
Yes, little.
Okay.
So I feel just like Revenge of the Sith just does it. And War, you know, it's one of these things like
best opening crawl of all time for sure.
Oh, that'll be a conversation we will have in the near future. Because I want to talk about that. Big time.
Yeah, we got to talk about that later because I'm like, that or Force Awakens, man. I don't know.
Ooh, pretty good. But Jerry, what is your opinion on the Revenge of the Sith opening? I can go on forever. What is yours?
The way this is working out, because I did know, because I'm just going on straight feelings right now in the moment. Revenge of the Sith is my most fun.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, that's awesome.
We're so alike. We have no differing opinions, guys. This is welcome to the most boring show on the internet.
After this, I want to get into the thematic aspect of stuff, like the visual stuff, which is interesting. So keep going because you'll see.
I love that we have these same two openings, but we have them switched.
Yes,
you know,
yes, for different reasons, man.
Well, and I think I said that is the best opening.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a week ago. But just you talking about it and me even just thinking right now back on how much I love that opening of TLJ,
of course,
and stuff. But how much fun stuff is in it, even though it is the end to this horrible, horrifying war. And by the end of this, our hero is going to kill kids and kill his wife, and it's going to end bad. But that whole opening, so fun. And the drums, are you kidding me? That's one of the best, from the opening crawl into it's your heart beating as you enter this final chapter of Anakin Skywalker for now. You know what I mean? It's seriously, boom, 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 boom. It's and like you said, all the stuff you said, the fly around, which I saw someone doing a parallel of Anakin and Obi-Wan's fly around with Poe's fly around. One of the Final Order Star Destroyers when, the Galaxy Fleet is showing up.
Sure.
That's a good comparison, I think. But it's
interesting.
Different things. Because, you go into chaos with Revenge of the Sith. You go into almost salvation with
Sure.
Rise of Skywalker there.
Yeah.
Which I'd love to do an episode someday, guys. Me and Scotty, whoever else, on the parallels maybe between Revenge of the Sith and Rise of Skywalker, because I feel like there's more
that could
than
go
we
on.
think, man.
Dude, there's a
ton in there.
There's a ton.
But
it's
like
opposite storytelling. It's interesting.
Oh,
but
dude.
Anyway.
But anyway, just everything there, man. Like I have forever loved. Well, you talked about the music for one thing. John Williams, the maestro, mixing
So
all
unique.
the pool themes, new stuff like from Revenge of the Sith for the prequels, with so many like the Force theme plays in and out, and it's like
Yes.
there are moments like we talked about in DNA of Star Wars, like the moment with Anakin blowing up the droid control ship, man, where you have the buzz droids, like when Anakin and Obi-Wan get attacked by the buzz droids. How fun is that sequence? I mean, just like them,
The whole thing is
like him, like I can't shoot him off because I shut off your wing. Let me just scrape him off with my ship, and like
yes.
such a fun moment, and the best moment. And we could have even talked about this on R2 or R2 We Love You, I guess. But like, I love the moment where the buzz droid, the last one, gets onto Anakin's ship, crawls over to R2, and they're just like cheering him on, like, yeah, get him, R2, go,
Get him, R2.
and like he's like got his and like he's like they're dancing around, like having a little. There's like a fight within a fight within fights, like it's insanity. And like George is like,
I never thought about that.
I have a pitch for you guys. What do you think? What do you think of this, Rick? Okay, we're gonna have a fight between R2D2 and the little buzzsaw ball things. The two droids. One ship. And
Two droids, one ship.
It's going to be like a little boxing match in the middle of this giant battle, And I'm sure Rick was like, like I can't even do it, Rick McCall. Dude, George,
So dense.
that's so dense. That's so dense, George. But I absolutely do love it, as cheesy as it is. The whole thing, like Obi-Wan saying, R2, hit the buzz droid center eye, which is so Power Rangers. If you think about it,
amazing.
like the second season of Power Rangers when I was a kid back in the 90s, where like they had if you remember, I'm going to date myself, they had the like henchmen that were like called putties. And like in the second season, whenever like Lord Zed took over, they had a Z on their chest, which was basically a button that if you hit it, they would explode. Why would you put a giant button in the middle of your chest that makes you explode? Because it's awesome. And it looks cool on TV, and kids love it. It's like, I'm going to hit the putty button. But, that's exactly the same energy as the buzz droid center eye. But I love that. Yeah. And then he gets it, and as it slides off, you got the da-na-da-da-da-da-da-da, which is kind of the Falcon theme, if you think about it.
Weird.
But
yeah, it is. Now it is.
Man.
It's killer.
I love that.
Where it leads to, it really has some of the best momentum.
Yeah.
That's why I think for me it is the best. It's got this, it's one of these things anytime you watch it, and I don't know if it's because it's Star Wars, but I'd imagine watching this with someone for the first time, they would be like, man, this is really cool. Just like, dude, it's from 2005, and it looks like it's from 2035. The special effects have not gone down
whenever
all.
the Blu-ray
Revenge
collection came out,
remains.
like back in 2011, that was the one that looked the best. It was like, wow, that still looks amazing. Like, wow, good for them.
Dude, it's one of these openings, and like, I guess now we can get into a little bit of our honorable mentions. Jared, do you want to do that now?
Sure. I mean,
honorable mention moments.
Man, there's too much, and I'm still on Revenge of the Sith, which I know we're going to be talking about it and stuff. But just man, there's, Great. We see a clone ejected from his ship. That's kind of crazy. And then the whole like, what about Obi-Wan doing that flying leap out of the thing, like spinning around, and like how over the top is all that stuff? Anyway, it's fun. It's great.
That's what makes it.
It's
great.
all great.
No,
man.
For like,
I was just trying to think of honorable mentions. But if you've got a point, go.
No. I've got 3 honorable mentions that don't get enough love. One of the ones I think is fantastic is Rogue One. It's one of the weird ones. It sets up a story kind of in the past, I guess you could say. I mean, Solo does that too, but not quite as significant. Like, you really get to see this girl grow up. And I mean, it's beautifully done with Rogue One, you know, with like the Krennic ship going through the asteroid belt around the planet, you know. Yeah, and then he kind of goes down, and like it's this weird. I mean, I think it was shot in Greenland or something. It's in this just like
black sand beaches,
strange
and
environment,
just like that.
Yeah,
looks like it rains all the time and stuff. Like
yes, it's green
Lamu,
too. It's weird.
I believe is the name of the planet. Lamu.
Yes, that is the name. Honorable mention for me.
That's a
honorable
great
mention.
one.
What it sets up is good. Stardust. That whole thing is amazing. Another honorable mention. You know what? It's funny. The Phantom Menace is good, and we could talk about the Jedi introduction, but I think it has a little bit of a weak introduction to me. That's just me. But Attack of the Clones is one of the ones that starts off really strong with the explosion and the assassination attempt. Kind of sets up how important Padme is for once. And that's the kind of thing that often gets overlooked. And I guess my last honorable mention is The Force Awakens because of what it does thematically. You have this moon that's so bright, and then it gets obscured, like almost like by a dagger. It goes through, and then it's completely covered by shadow, and then you just all of a sudden see this transport come down, and the music's really dun, 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 dun. The music is amazing, and you see these stormtroopers, these stormtroopers you've never seen before, you know, and you go down this surface and you see, you know, BB-8 for the first time. It's just like The Force Awakens has that way of throwing you into the moment. It's almost a parallel visually to what we get with a
100%.
These stormtroopers come down and invade.
Like you feel the vastness of that Star Destroyer, especially in theaters. You remember that?
Oh yeah,
that was like whoa.
Oh yes, dude, I remember that vividly.
Like he totally was going for that. Yeah.
Oh, it was,
and then all those
so
stormtroopers
well
looking like they're like in a I don't know, like a My Chemical Romance music video or something. You know, all that stuff. Like that's something. Talk about things we've never seen in Star Wars before. I thought that was just in the trailer because that shot was in the trailer, like the quick like. Yeah, I was like, oh, never put that in a Star Wars movie. Oh, was I wrong?
Well, the introduction also does you learn that like not all stormtroopers are just mindless, and that's a really cool thing for Star Wars. You learn that they all have a personality in its own weird way, and like Finn. You know, they think it's the Force now, which is great to me. The Force speaks to him in that moment when he gets to Jakku, and he realizes what he's doing is bad. And I don't know. The Force Awakens doesn't get talked about enough. It's definitely an honorable mention for me. I couldn't find a great category to put it in, but it's one of the ones I can go off on. I love it. Rogue One, Attack of the Clones, and what did I just say?
You must really like
great.
it,
Jerry. What are yours?
Man, I don't know. Those are great picks.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here trying to think that I don't know. There's so many good. I love the Phantom Menace, of course. You guys know everything kind of about where. I don't know. It like starts off in space. It was the first time we'd had any Star Wars, which again, I was too young to remember this. I didn't watch the other ones in theaters, but like to see. I'm sure, like, how is this going to go? It's like Star Wars, but it's different. It's new. It's in a different time.
Yes.
To see the whole, you know, talking on the view screen and landing in the like hangar, walking to the conference room, the whole talking, just how cool it is. And then, of course, you guys know that whole opening fight sequence with, you know, the Dioxis and all that. I won't go off
listen
on it
to
again
our episode with Ken Knapsack. Go to
go back and listen to our episode with Ken.
It's killer. It is killer.
I deep dived on it. But I love that. Man, I'm trying not to give it to Force Awakens 2 because I really dig that one.
Well, you know what's funny? I want to say this too. We didn't really mention that much of original trilogy. Maybe we just know it so well. But like,
well,
I want to say
I feel like I know it. But for me, the original trilogy, like the first opening shot of A New Hope, is iconic, and we've like said that's in the Hall of Fame. We're good.
Yeah.
I mean, the opening of Empire is like my favorite, but maybe Return of the Jedi is a sleeper hit. I think I'm gonna right now, off the top of my head.
Okay.
I think I'm going Empire for honorable mention.
Dude,
John Hoey, please don't come attack me on Twitter. I'm not saying it's underrated, overrated. I love it. It's the best Star Wars film. It's just not my favorite right now.
Yes.
It's my second favorite.
Well, it's just the whole
But,
Imperial Probe Droid is sick. You see it go to different
that
places.
and like the whole thing with Luke and like we're getting the friendship between him and Han now.
Yeah.
You can tell they've been through stuff together.
Yeah.
That's a great opening.
That is awesome. I
And
didn't think about that.
It's because I think the original trilogy openings we have them built up in our heads, but I have thought this before, and again, by listeners and subscribers and all that stuff, you guys hate me now. They're all it's all Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
It's like the same Star Destroyer every time.
It's weird.
They go into something different, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird.
The prequels got really varied, with their openings,
and then
even
the sequels did too, and I guess the spin-off films, because like it's weird, man. Like that is a good point. I hadn't thought about that. They are all the same, which is
right.
It's kind of weird to say that, but like. Obviously,
I mean, just mainly the opening shot is always of like a Star Destroyer.
Yes.
But it starts there, and then we're like, are we going with probe droids?
Yeah.
Are we following the Tantive V4?
Yeah.
Are we going to the Death Star 2? Mm-hmm. Who knows? We'll find out.
It's interesting.
But my final, I know I just dangled like a giant piece of steak in front of you.
Dude,
but I'm going to break the rules a little bit, or I'm going to be a little.
Here we go.
I'm going to be a little preemptive.
I think it's preemptive.
Preemptive
is like
preemptive. Yes.
Yeah.
Preemptive and presumptuous, maybe.
I don't know. I'm
know
not
words.
good with them dictionaries.
Words. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going to cheat and say that my third honorable mention is the opening of the Siege of Mandalore movie that is soon to be released after everything's all edited together, because it's happening. I mean, come on. Yeah. I know we said no TV and stuff like that.
I don't know, man. I agree.
I love the original Clone Wars movie for its part in the story and the introduction of Ahsoka. But that show definitely found its stride.
Yes.
As it went.
Oh, dude.
And I don't know. I think we would have like forgiven it a little more if it was like just the episodes on TV. But I think the opening of the Siege of Mandalore film with the whole sequence on the bridge with Obi-Wan and the 212th with Commander Cody, like the introduction of Obi-Wan. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
When he like comes in and saves Cody's life,
and it is
knowing full well where we're gonna go, and I don't want to get into because sizzle, but like knowing how Cody's gonna unintentionally, out of his control, turn his back on Kenobi in like maybe 24 hours, 48 hours, in like a week or whatever, like half a week. That dude is gonna like shoot to kill at Obi.
Yes.
And all that to the whole like Anakin being like, what are you doing down there? Like dodging this could almost be the most fun opening for real. It's about this whole sequence gave Anakin Skywalker his sail barge assault moment for us all.
See, I'm glad
down to the music 100%.
Well, because I'm going to go off the rails real quick too. Mandalorian has got one of the best introductions as well, just for the character.
Ooh, that doesn't count.
You know,
I'm just kidding.
But I made that rule up earlier. But if you want to say it, you can bring it up. I mean, the Mandalorian has this because where the Mandalorian starts in the beginning of the season is not where he ends. It's amazing. That's why I like it, because you're set up for something. And by the end of that 40-minute episode, you're like, holy crap. Like, and it's funny, you could say all you want. Subverting your expectations is 1,000% what happened with that episode. I don't care what you say. You can say, but that does not matter. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni 1,000% subverted your expectations when showing you Baby Yoda. And I don't see none of y'all bitched about that. Oop, pardon my French. I mean, it's true.
Bye, subscribers.
It's true. It's true. It drives me crazy.
It is true. And we're probably going to be back to Fridays after this episode. And we'll see you guys on Fridays, part of the Bombadcast network, which is just us. So.
Oh, man. No, Jerry, I love talking about this. This was a good discussion, truly. Like I would love if people in the comment section comment your best, favorite, and most fun. Give us your honorable mentions. I mean, you can always message us at Bombadcast too on to tweet us, whatever. You can even find us in the network. Like we'll talk about this with you one-on-one.
Yeah.
So
in the comments here on the video on YouTube, tell us what your like favorite openings are. Like shout us out on Twitter, man, on Facebook. Totally. Shout it out at Beyond the Blast Doors, man. Yeah. Like tell them, tell us what are your favorite
Ask
like
Pete
opening
what his
moments,
favorite
man.
is. Ask Shannon. Ask Josh and Andy. I mean, David. They'll tell you because this is.
We're not gonna.
No,
we know.
We already did.
Yeah. But, who cares what they think? Well, I mean,
it's interesting because I could sit here and go in circles about this conversation. It's one of those. Like, I feel like you can have this conversation at Celebration. You can have this conversation with your parents if they've seen all of them. It's weird. Star Wars is good about that.
It is an accessible conversation. I bet it would be an interesting conversation to have with a quote unquote normie.
Yes.
But I didn't think about that. It is a good one to bring up. It's like, what do you think the best opening of a Star Wars movie is? There you go. There's your icebreaker, guys.
Yes.
There's your icebreaker.
When you're at a bar and you see that beautiful Rodian across, and you're like, man, that Rodian's looking fine, and you want to go talk to that.
Her antennae are banging.
Woo! Yes.
Look at those things.
The little snout is beautiful, and you want to go up
her
to
suction cups.
The best?
I never mind.
That's some of the best.
Woo, no, she's got good suction cup fingers, man.
I feel like anyone could talk about this. I mean, I'm gonna even call Eric after this and just be like, man, what is the best, favorite, most fun introduction? Because it's definitely there. And hopefully this will stem or create some conversations for you and your people you're going through quarantine with. I mean, the cat will tell you some incredible responses, I'd imagine.
By this time in quarantine, the cat probably is talking to you. I understand. You guys saw Jack show up last Saturday on the stream.
Yes.
He loves his attention. So he sits at the bottom of our stairs. Like both of our bedrooms are all upstairs, and we have a baby gate on currently, just so my 3-year-old doesn't break her neck or anything, because they were built in the 1940s and they're like 2 inches wide. Every morning without pause, 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Blang, 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 blang. Meow. Bang, 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 bang. Meow. Blang, 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 blang. And I'm up there really trying to come up with a way to not go down there with a pillow and just...
Yes.
Because I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it. It's just, you guys know what it is. You know what it is. Cats, they want their attention. They want it now.
They do.
Yep.
Well, bye, guys.
Check out the Bombadcast.
No. So talk to your cats about it. Really, this is a fun conversation. Hopefully, you will have this with us on Twitter. So when you're watching this on Beyond the Blast Doors YouTube, or if you're listening to this right now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, whatever, just reach out to us. I want to hear your opinions on this as well. So if you had fun today, by the way, please on this video or in general, just subscribe. You'll get notified, and you click that bell, you get notified literally by everyone that posts in this. So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There is all materials posting, all things posted. We're posting on Saturday, and live shows on Thursday and Friday. It's just a great lineup. Share it with your people, Share the people that you love. Rate us 5 stars on iTunes if you feel generous enough. We want to make sure that we get this quality content out to everyone.
Don't use your energy for 1-star reviews, please. Why are you using your energy for that? You can just
too
not.
Much work.
You can just not and get the same point.
Yes, exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly. And if you really liked it, if you really like this for some reason, and you feel compelled, by all means, go and support our Patreon. You'll be supporting 6 other, podcasts as well as ours.
Amazing shows, man. Amazing content creators.
Some of the best.
And then us.
Some of the best. And you can keep up with us. You can keep up with us online, of course, at Bombadcast. Jerry, where else can the people find us as well? Some other places.
You can find us, always on BeyondTheBlastDoors.com now. where you can go for Star Wars news, for opinion, for all of our friends, all of our shows that are on the network. Go check out all their stuff there. You can find information you need for all those shows. Follow us, again, at Bombadcast. Look for Bombadcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have a Facebook group, the Bombad Fam, a Bombadcast official group on Facebook, and we're hanging out there with everyone now because everyone's home because of quarantine. So it's not just the boomers and the other people. We're hanging out with everybody on Facebook. And also, you want to call us? You want to leave a message for the Bombadcast or any of the other shows?
This is amazing. This is going to be such a fun thing
to
do.
Can you believe that?
We're going to probably center a lot of the episodes around this because we love hearing your opinions. Obviously, you want you to comment to us and let us know things. But this in particular, I'm super excited for. There is a phone number you can call us at, and you can specifically, leave a message for Bombadcast, Holo Chronicles, Around the Galaxy. You can leave a message for all of us, and the number is 3312 Beyond, okay? And that would be 331. So write it down. Make sure you put it in your contact list.
You could put it on the lower third too, Scotty. You have it right below you. We're fancy now.
Oh yes, hold on. You talk about it. I'll get it typed in.
Guys, I'm using my hands for no reason. This means nothing to the audio listeners. You can call us now. You can call us. You can leave us a message and possibly hear it on the show. How wild is that? So Anthony, cool. Rural Farm Boy, I know you're you're waiting to do that for all of us. Who knows, guys? You might have shows they might be all for all the other shows. But you know what? If you want to leave us a message here or there, maybe every year or so, that would be great. But again, maybe, hey, Scotty's right. Maybe we'll use our own thing. But that is 331 to Beyond.
So I want to say this. Pete Fletzer for Around the Galaxy, who is a part of our network, he had this offered up for his 50th episode, right?
Yes.
And Jerry and I actually both left phone calls to this number. So that is 331 or I guess whatever it's called, to Beyond. Okay, so the number is 331-223-9633. That is the easiest way to get in touch. Okay,
screenshot.
That's the number you can call. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. That's new for us. It's going to be really
crazy.
Cool.
Yes, I feel like a telethon now. It's give us a call.
Yes, we really do.
We've got to help. We've got to help all of the cats who are now talking because their humans have been home long enough that they know that they actually can talk. We need to find jobs for their humans and homes for their humans. Stuff for them to do. Awesome. Maybe a hobby. Maybe a puzzle. But call and relieve those poor cats. Now you can play.
Maybe they'll make a podcast.
Of the angels. And then have shots of us on a couch eating potato chips, right? And a cat rolling its eyes or something This bum.
This has been a great episode.
This is please stop me. We have to land this airplane train combination. We have to land it on the tracks.
And we will do it right now, Jerry. What should the wonderful people at home do, my brother?
Well, you should, of course, just keep subscribed to this channel. I know we talked about Ryan Johnson and all of them a lot, but you'll get over it. It's okay.
Hit the bell button.
And always, I say, what am I doing? Holy cow.
That was weird. That was odd.
And always I say, I'm Yoda now. Peace, guys. Stay Bombad. I'm done. I'm pulling a Scott.
Goodbye, Gerald. Stay Bombad, my friend.
All Bombad.